Good evening and welcome to the United Stand. I hope you're all doing very well. Liverpool are currently losing 1-0 to Southampton. If you're not watching this live, it could be irrelevant. It might not finish like that. But I tell you what, Liverpool are bottling it. And let's not forget, they bottled it with a bunch of kids against Plymouth. They're not doing particularly well tonight. You talk about form, and Liverpool's form isn't that good. But I'm confident we're going to beat Liverpool. We've got the Liverpool preview coming up tomorrow night. Hopefully we've got Stan Collymore joining us, which will be fantastic. A couple of others as well. But tonight is a bonus. It's a little present back to you because I was a little bit late on Monday night. So I thought, you know what? I'm all about the giving. Not in that way, but in relation to the United Stand, I am a giver. And I want to give you another opportunity to come on to Skype Goldbridge because there's lots to talk about. But first of all, Skype is open, Skype Goldbridge, but don't Skype me now because I won't answer it. I want to have a little rant chat first. Twitter's a weird world. I don't know whether you're on Twitter. If you are, follow me at Mark Goldbridge and at United Stand MUFC. However, stop Skyping me Indie Tagger because I won't answer. Today is just a very weird day. I think people have had personality transplants today, Manchester United fans, or they never had a sense of humour. Because some of the stuff I've been getting today on Twitter is just a sad, sad world. Put a smile on your face, you miserable sods. Have a laugh. Life's for living, life's for laughing. We all love Manchester United, but it's not. Don't be so serious. And what's this response is? The tweet came out. I saw a tweet that basically said, Morgan Schneiderlin has successfully passed his medical. So I tweeted out instantly, because I'm like that, hot off the cuff. I tweeted back, oh, that's the first successful pass he's made in 18 months. Oh, the amount of your CUNT, oh shoot, Mark Goldbridge, this, that and the other, absolute hate, because people can't have a laugh. But I tell you what the more important thing is, because I am thick-skinned, the most important thing is, it's bullying though. The most important thing is that selling Schneiderlin is a massive, massive positive. And I just think some of our support and football fans in general are quite flippant. They are quite flippant. They have no backbone. They have no morals, and they flip like the weather. This way, that way. Okie dokie fans like Arsenal, in, out, Wenger in, out, we shake it all about. I don't want that sort of fan at United, to be honest. And I know it takes all sorts, but I tell you what, there's still time for you to save yourself. Get a personality, get a backbone, get a sense of humour, and have a bit of laugh. We all love Manchester United passionately, and it is life and death, but we can all have a bit of a laugh as well. But when it comes to people now saying Fellaini's United class, when for the last 4 months you've been saying he's crap, come on, have a word with yourself. But this Schneiderlin thing makes me I'm baffled by it, and I want people to get on tonight because there is your opportunity to talk about Schneiderlin if you want to. Want you to talk about Mourinho if you want to, the Liverpool game, whatever you want to talk about. I've been told today to stop doing the daily transfer shows because we're not going to sign anybody. I just don't know whether I know it's a full moon. It's a full moon here in the UK. Maybe that explains it. But in relation to Schneiderlin, people are in mourning. Oh, it's such a shame he's going. Anybody says anything negative about Schneiderlin on Twitter, they get bombarded with hate and death threats. I don't know where people are at. You know, I'm not stressed or ranting. I'm quite perplexed and smiley about this because I don't understand where people are at. We've been talking for months, weeks, that our squad is absolutely massive and there's a lot of similar sort of players in there and we need to bring better players in there. So that means getting rid of the deadwood. Schneiderlin is deadwood. Schneiderlin is deadwood. Memphis is deadwood. You know, you could say Schweinsteiger's deadwood. I'd probably disagree with that, but you could say that because they're players that need to be moved out, who Mourinho doesn't want, to bring in players that he does want to come in. So I don't understand why people are sad and respectful of Schneiderlin. He's a professional footballer and earning a hell of a lot of money. Do you really think he's ringing up the Samaritans tonight because he's been sold by Manchester United for the same fee? He'll get a whacking great transfer fee. He's probably on the same wages. He's still in the Premier League. Don't cry for him. Don't cry for him. Don't feel sad about it. He's had 18 months at Manchester United. And to be honest, pretty much in that whole 18 months, Fellaini's been in the team ahead of him. He should walk out of Manchester United with a dunce hat on, with a big D on it, embarrassed and booed, and tomatoes should be thrown at him because it is an embarrassment, mate. You've been an embarrassment at Manchester United professionally. I'm sure he'll go to Everton and he'll resurrect his career. I've even had people today saying, "Oh, you're going to regret these tweets, Mark, when he's top class at Everton." I'm not regretful about any Everton player. You know, Lukaku's been consistently very good for Everton. He's not United class. He's not a top 4 player. He's a big game bottler. being good for Everton, you know, that's a rung. That's a couple of the rungs down the ladder from Manchester United or any top 4 side, to be honest. He had his chance, he blew it. He wasn't good enough. He didn't blow it. He just wasn't good enough. It's not his fault. It was another flop by Van Gaal, who made plenty of them. But I'm not sad about Schneiderlin going. I'm actually quite positive. And this brings me into Mourinho, who I want to talk about tonight as well. Jose Mourinho is pulling up weeds and incinerating them. He's doing everything right. Pogba, Mkhitaryan, Zlatan, Bailly, 4 brilliant signings. You name me a club that every one of their signings has been a good signing, because it doesn't happen. 100% strike rate on his signings so far. Season starts. The big elephant in the room. It's nothing to do with his weight. I'm just elephant in the room means like problem to solve. Wayne Rooney, never really been dropped before. Captain of the club, sort of not been playing well for 3 years. Mourinho drops him. He becomes a squad player. Brilliant. You know, solves the problem. Rooney gets revitalised. He's about to break the goal record. Brilliant. Brilliant move by Mourinho. And now the third thing, the thing that we've been going on about for so long. We need to cut the squad, get rid of the deadwood so he can bring his sort of players in. Schneiderlin, gone. You're not my sort of player. Sorry. I wish you all the best. Great attitude, this, that and the other. But you need to play first team football. I understand that. So you go. There you go, mate. You're not going to get a chance at United. Off you go. And the cherry on the cake, we get £24 million for it. Absolutely brilliant. I don't understand the negative about Schneiderlin going. You can like him, whatever. He wasn't Manchester United first team quality. He couldn't get in the team over Fellaini. It was time for him to go. We've got all our money back. We've cleared a place in the squad. It's Fosu Mensah now closer to the midfield. Let's not forget, he won't play Fosu Mensah at right back because he sees him as a midfielder. With Schneiderlin out the way, that's another midfielder gone. I think Schweinsteiger will go. Don't necessarily agree with it. It's another place for Fosu Mensah to move into. So I think Schneiderlin going is a positive. It's not disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful. It's not hate. It's a positive move for Manchester United. I think people need to get over it. And also, a lot of people have been tweeting me saying, why do you hate Fellaini? Why do you hate Rooney? I mean, what planet are people on about this? We've all got opinions. There's people on the comments who think Rooney's a legend. There's people on the comments who don't think he's a legend. There's people on the comments now who've jumped back on the Fellaini bandwagon and are saying he's a great player. There's people who've got a backbone and aren't hypocrites and are saying he's still shit. It's opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. The United stand is like it's like a big tent where everyone can come in and have their opinion, but there's no definitive opinion. Mark Goldbridge is not the United stand. Alex is not the United stand. Ross is not the United stand. Mad Marcus isn't. Sander, Draughty Devil, everybody. What we say is not the gospel thing for the United stand. The United stand is a big entity where everybody's welcome. It's a big party. You have your own say. That's what it was built upon. So don't start coming at people who disagree to you and saying, why do you hate Schneiderlin? Why do you hate Memphis? You're such a hater. Oh, he's a hater. School playground crap. That's rubbish. That's rubbish. It's just an opinion you don't like. As if I'm sat there with a Rooney dart... Well, I better move that Rooney picture, actually. With holes in it and darts in it. I don't hate him. I don't hate Fellaini. I don't hate anybody. Hate is such a ridiculously childish and naive word. I do not hate him. I just... I have an opinion that doesn't go with people's positive opinions about things. And this is reflective of everybody. It's not just me. I just find it really childish when people start coming on and saying, you just hate him. You just hate him. If you want that sort of thing, go on Arsenal Fan TV. That's the sort of base level crap you'll get on there. We've been doing this for 2 years. There's a lot of people involved in this, a lot of people on the live comments who've got a very good understanding of football and can actually hold a conversation over more than one sentence. If you disagree with somebody, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube or you're coming on here, put a string of sentence together as to why you disagree with it. Don't come back with the basic, naive, childish, oh, you just hate him. Oh, you just hate him. Nobody hates anybody. We don't even know these people. We just don't share your opinion, and football's about opinion. So no more of this hate stuff. If you come on if I see any comments on YouTube when I'm looking at it again and somebody's just said, you're just a Rooney hater, it gets deleted because it's ridiculous and we're far better than that. YouTube, Skype's open, get on, I've had my say, let's go for it. Skype Goldbridge is the Skype name. We're open, I'm ready. I've even forgot to get you lot on the live comments, I apologise for that. But Skype is open. I'm sure none of you even realised about that because you were all too busy listening to me. But we're open for Skype. Your live comments are up there. Why aren't you Skyping in? Skype Goldbridge, come on. I'm waiting for you. Give it some. Can we call up, says Amir? Yes. And I want I've given it my all in the first 10 minutes of this show. I want some of you to come on and give us your all on whatever you want to talk about, whether it's Jose Mourinho. In fact, I forgot there's something I wanted to mention about him. Schneidlin, whatever. But Alex, can you hear me?
Hello, Mark.
Hello, Alex. Alex Wallace, what did you want to say, pal?
I want to talk to you about Schneiderlin.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
I agree with what you said. He hasn't done anything for the club. I think he was a pointless signing, really. I didn't really like him when he came in.
You see, I've got to say, I'm not going to be a hypocrite. I'm glad he's gone. I agree with you. I think not good enough, and it didn't work out. But when we signed him, I remember being concerned that Arsenal might get him or something like that, because I thought, you know what, he's been one of the best midfielders in the Premier League for the last couple of years. Granted, at Southampton. But why do you think it's gone wrong for him? Why do you think he's just not turned out to be a player, Manchester United player?
I don't know. I think he's not really United class. I think he overperformed at Southampton. And I think Moyes rushed in, really. They're trying to... Because I agree in the first season, he played pretty well. But then it just went downhill.
I like blaming David Moyes for a lot of things, but he didn't sign Schneiderlin. It was Van Gaal, to be fair. So give him the blame for that. But do you think we will sign another midfielder, or do you think, as I think, we might actually just start using Fosu Mensah a little bit more?
I'd like to see Fosu Mensah. I think he's got really good potential, but it's whether who we bring in, will he get his chance?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll bring a midfielder in this January, to be honest. But I'm still hoping we'll bring a defender in. Just very quickly, I'm going to ask everybody this before Liverpool on Sunday. What's your score prediction for that?
I'm saying 3-2.
To United, I hope.
Yeah, to United.
Yeah, brilliant. And where are you calling from, Alex?
Wales, near Swansea.
Oh, I should have got that with the accent. But first time caller yet. Thanks very much for calling, Alex, and hopefully you'll call in again for us.
All right, thank you.
Cheers, Alex. I should have said I'm not cutting Alex off there. It's I'm going to whiz through the calls tonight. I know I normally give you 5 minutes, but let's try and get through as many as you want. Tarkin Hussein says Adam McCullough doesn't like you. I haven't spoken to Adam McCullough in about 2 years. I've got no problem with him. Skyping, whatever like that. If he's been saying stuff again, I don't know. Life's too short. Why is all that starting up again? But it certainly won't be starting up at our end. I don't know what his problem is. I haven't spoken about him in 2 years. Indy Tagger, let's try him because I know he's tried to get on before. Indy, can you hear me?
Yeah, Mark, I can hear you.
Hi, pal. What was it you wanted to say or talk about?
Yep, so I wanted to talk about Marouane Fellaini.
Okay, good. My
and this is why. I think, people, with Fellaini, they talk about, like, I want Fellaini out. But I do think he can come in really handy, especially in that third season. And because if Fellaini's here, then, for example, remember when Mourinho got sacked from Chelsea and the players turned on against him, like Hazard, Costa, and so on? I do not want that at Manchester United. I want Mourinho to stay here for 20 years or so on. I do not want that Chelsea thing coming back. So I think if you keep Fellaini, who listens to the manager in training, listens, a great guy. If you can get more players like that in Manchester United, then our squad will last for long with the manager.
Yeah, I mean, it's your opinion. I can't lie that Marouane Fellaini, obviously, Mourinho likes him. He works hard in training. He's got passion and he tries his best. But I do think the thing that he's lacking is very important, and that is quality. It's a package. You've got to have a package because Memphis has definitely got quality. I still believe he's got quality, but he doesn't have the passion and hard work ethic that Fellaini has. You get someone like Herrera, he's got all three. Pogba's got all three. Zlatan's got all three. Martial's got all three. Mkhitaryan's got all three. I think Fellaini, unfortunately, he's only got two. He's got the passion and the hard work, but I just don't think he's got the quality. And I think, I'm not going to not give him credit last night. I won a bet because of him. But for me, I'm not even being blunt. He's Peter Crouch off the bench in the last 10 minutes. He is. Peter Crouch could have come on and done that last night, and that's not. I'm not knocking Peter Crouch, or well, I am. I don't think he's good enough for United. Like I don't think Fellaini is. But in that game last night, 3 or 4 times a season, you might be in a situation where you mix it up and you need that sort of long ball. I mean, let's not forget that goal was a bit of a comedy, really, because it came from Darmian, who I thought was the worst player on the pitch. I thought he was awful, but he put the cross in and Fellaini scored. So it's a funny old game, football. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, but this is the thing, though. If Darmian, scored, he did that cross. Let's say we do buy someone who can actually cross a ball, and he can get into Fellaini. We could score about like 6 goals a game from out on Fellaini's head.
We could.
It's pretty true though. Like all we need is someone who can cross the ball. As soon as we can do that, we can become such an unstoppable side. We'll absolutely trash teams apart. We'll kick them.
I think forget Fellaini. It's best for your health, but
Zlatan as well.
There's that. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Look at how many goals Zlatan scored this year, and I don't think we've serviced him with good crosses at all. And he's very good in the air, as he shown against Southampton at the start of the season and Leicester in the Community Shield. You put a good cross in and he'll score, and he has been starved of that, yet he's still scored a lot of goals. So yeah, I agree with you, Andy. Very good points. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from the UK.
UK? Well, first time on yet?
No, this is the second time. Also, guy, you remember last time when I was really nervous.
Oh,
right.
But
this time I'm much more confident. I practiced. Obviously, I'm not going to be nervous again. It's nothing like to be scared of. Like the last time, the people in the comments, they were really nice. So thanks to those lot.
Yeah, well, that's probably why I forgot you'd not been on before, because I didn't notice anything like that. So well done. Thanks for coming on, and do call in again. And as Indy said there, it's all about. Don't feel nervous, God no. I'll make you feel comfortable in the United Stand studio. Don't worry about that. So, but George Kyle says Indy's right about the poor crosses. I just think Zlatan scored loads of goals, hadn't he? How many could he have if he'd done if we were putting decent crosses into the box as well? I must just say the subscribe thing above my head isn't there just as a pretty picture. It's got our live subscribe account next to it as well. We're trying to get up to 63,000 before the Liverpool game, so please subscribe to the United Stand if you're new. Share it on the social media, like the video, especially this video, because this is your show, the Skype Goldbridge one. I'm going to take another call in a moment, but something I've just forgotten about. I wish I'd said it at the start as well. Jose Mourinho. We were all saying this about 6 weeks ago. He doesn't look happy at Manchester United. The press were playing on it. Don't you just feel that he's fitting the club like a glove now, like a well-worn, comfy glove or slippers? He just looks in control. It's like his empire that he's been building the foundations for that people couldn't really see, especially the hating press. It's all falling into place now. The amount of games we've won, the positivity of 2017, everybody responding. I'll touch on this tomorrow night in the Liverpool preview. I don't know what the team's going to be for Manchester United on Sunday. I was thinking in the attacking 6, Carrick, Herrera, Pogba, midfield 3, Martial, Mkhitaryan, Zlatan, and that was the team I wanted. But then Mata was so good last night. Will he use Rooney? Fellaini would be an option. There's all sorts he can do. So if we haven't got a clue, Klopp's got no clue, and that's another advantage as well. But in summary, if you want to talk about this as well, Jose Mourinho, where's all the criticism now? It's disappeared, hasn't it? He is owning that role. And I just can't get over as well how fantastically well he's done with that transfer as well. Absolutely superb with that. Let's take another call. Try. If there's any Liverpool fans as well, please feel free to phone in and have your say. Cams, can you hear me? Or Cam, sorry.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello, how you doing, pal?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you.
Okay, what was it you wanted to say?
I wanted to give an angle of Mourinho fan. I was calling before, maybe a few weeks before, and was telling you about the fact that I'm a Mourinho supporter from the Real times, and I want to say that this situation that we have now in Manchester United, it's very familiar to the situations Mourinho had in Real Madrid and in Chelsea in the first years. So he came in that clubs, and Real was in a situation where there was no real team. There were a lot of resources, but there was no team, no structure, no goal, no certain way of progress. And he gave it to Real. And also he supported players like Pepe, and now Fellaini situation is very much similar to the Pepe situation. He supported him when everybody were against him, with the fan base, everyone. He supported him, and after Pepe prolonged his contract, he betrayed Mourinho. And situation with Terry, everybody hated Terry in Chelsea first years. Well, they said he's old and such stuff, but he supported him, and he prolonged his contract. Everybody loved him, and when Mourinho was leaving, Terry didn't say much. He was defending him. I'm not saying that these situations will be in Manchester United. I really hope that Manchester United will be an exception. But I'm just saying that these phases that clubs go with Mourinho, they are very much similar. And the second year will be the winning year, but third year may be the problematic year. Yeah. I'm just, the goal of my call is to ground us a bit in this situation, because there can be problems, there can be betrayals by players, there can be. We are now very high. We are. I don't know how to say it. Yep. But it can be problematic, so we have to be prepared, because I went through these phases with Mourinho in Real Madrid, in Chelsea. I know where it can go. But also I have to say, I know I'm too long speaking, but also I have to say that this is the first club that Mourinho is hearing the fan base. The first club.
That's
never.
An interesting point. Yeah.
Nobody could change him. Nobody could change his opinions. This is the first club, and I'm telling you because I know it, because I was watching every game, every press conference since the Real times. This is the first club. That's all.
No, brilliant, Cam. Thanks for coming on again, and please do call in again, because it's interesting to get that Mourinho history that maybe not a lot of us have got, and a really good point there at the end. But thanks for calling.
Thank you. Great show, Mark.
Thank you. And I think that's a brilliant point that many of us probably wouldn't pick up on. But when he said it, we'd go, you know what? When I think about him at Madrid and Chelsea, he was an ego master, wasn't he? But this is the first club where he's listened to the fans. Real Madrid, he had a really bad, it was my way, and it was very hitting a brick wall. And Chelsea's fans are, there's not a lot of depth to them. This is the first club he's been at with fans who have, real quality about them. And he takes it on board. He does take it on board. He listens to it all the time. So yeah, I'm going to take some more calls at the moment. After the break, I've got some fantastic comments for you to read out, and we'll take some more of your calls. And there's another thing I really want to talk about. I'll see you after the break. Boom, back from the break. That's if you're not watching live. You'll know what I'm on about. But Red D says in the live comments, still sixth. Clinging on, mate. You're clinging on by your fingernails with one hand, with one finger now, because that's all about to get blown up. It's January. You know what? It's not over, and keep bringing it on. Lewis Fitzpatrick says, I think we missed the trick not playing Mata last time we played Liverpool. Yeah, we went very defensive, didn't we? Seb Williams, positivity is back, fear is back, theatre of dreams is back, and United are back. And Alex O'Donnell says, only player I have concerns about is Luke Shaw. What's going on there? We need to get him back into the team, to be honest. You can call in, Amir. It's Skype Goldbridge we've changed the name to. Caroline sent me a message through Twitter saying opinions are like arseholes. Everybody's got one. And Ross, who's watching the Liverpool game, who does the preview, does the team news with me in the bets, he says that Mkhitaryan will tear apart James Milner. I mean, James Milner's been named as one of the best left backs in Europe. That just tells, and Jordan Henderson, one of the best midfielders in Europe. That tells you what I always tell you: stats mean shit. Let's take another call. There's loads of you Skyping in now, so I do want to try and get through as many as possible. Damien, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, pal? And what do you want to talk about?
Well, first thing, I just wanted to touch on your comment about marijuana felony. That's what I call
the
him.
felony, yes, I remember this, yeah.
Well, basically, look, I know you're right in what you're saying. Shouldn't hate somebody. No, not hate you outside of football, but I hate you at Man United. I went to the Middlesbrough game the other week, and he looked like a lost puppy. He looked like lost property, running around the pitch. And just nothing to offer you. There's nothing there. That's what he does. If people really watch the game, other than if you put him up top and he great, brilliant, congrats, score goals and win games. But if you watch him for 90 minutes, 60 minutes, however long he's on the pitch, he runs around like a headless chicken, like he's chasing a chicken around the field and can't catch it. Bottom line, he's not a Man United player. We all know that. If you look at the legacy of the players that we attract at Man United, Fellaini does not fit into that category. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about. I'm agreeing with you. Personally, I don't like him at Man United. Sell him, couldn't really care. I think Everton paid 15 million. We bought him off for them for 27.5.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Waste of money, right? The next thing I wanted to talk about, you touched on Rooney the other day. Is he a great player? Is he a legend? And it made me really think, because at first I was like, just give him the legendary comment of, yeah, he's going to be the top goal scorer for United. But then I thought about what you said. He doesn't bleed and breathe Man United through and through. So therefore, is he a legend? And I actually thought about it for a few days, actually. And I agree with you. No, he's not. He's just a great player. And secondly, what people as United fans have got to remember, that's why we pay him £250,000 a week. Do your job. You're doing your job. That's all he's really done. He's been there for so long. If you take his goal ratio across the time he's been there, he's done his job for what we've paid him.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I do. And I think you summed it up. Sometimes I go on, and I think you've summed it up perfectly there. I wish I'd just said that at the start. That's probably the big reason that Rooney isn't a legend to me. I know he is to a lot of people, and we've said this, it's all about opinion, and if you think it, that's fine, but don't try and change people's minds who give a coherent argument as to why they are the other way. And that's my argument. He just doesn't... A Manchester United legend for me, and we had a true legend and captain of Manchester United have his 60th birthday today, in Brian Robson. You know, they run through brick walls for Manchester United. They live... You know, he's an ambassador for Manchester United. Lives, breathes and bleeds it, like you said. You know, I'm not criticising Rooney. I'm not saying he should do that, because as Damien's just said there, he's paid good money. You know, he drives his kids down to Liverpool so that they're born in Liverpool, not Manchester. It's exactly. A job. It's a job to him, I think, and that's fine. But that's the reason Mark Goldbridge, doesn't put him in the legend status. A lot of people still would, though, and that's their prerogative.
Yeah, I agree with that. I had to really think about it, because at first I was just like, you know what, just give it to him. But then when I thought about it, I thought, well, no, actually, no. If I look back in years to come, 10, 15, 20 years from now, would I look back and say, oh, yeah, Wayne Rooney? No, he's just been here for a long time. Remember, he came when he was 18, 19, whatever it was. And that's why you've got them amount of goals. Look at his age, where he is now. That's the only reason, really. If you'd done that with Rashford now, I bet he would be in the same place. The difference is how do you support that club? Do you breathe it through and through? Have you ever said that I would go to our biggest rivals, which was Manchester City, if I remember correctly? No, none of these legends have done that. They breathe Manchester United. They still watch them on the television. They're pundits. They stand up. They have a voice. They want us to be the best in the world. That's how much they breathe it through. He's just there earning £250,000 a week, driving a BMW i8, I believe, and a couple of other cars, a mansion. He's paid to do that job. He's done his job. Brilliant. Well, let's respect him for that. Don't get me wrong. But we've paid you to do that. Just like any other player, we pay you for a service to make sure you perform and do your job.
I mean, Niall Carroll says if Rooney didn't bleed and breathe United, he wouldn't still be here. But I think Damien's probably answered that question there. You know, there's a lot, you know... Are you telling me that Sergio Aguero lives, breathes and bleeds for Manchester City? He lives, breathes and bleeds for what goes into his wallet every week. That's, you know, there's a lot of footballers like that. So there aren't many players out there who live, breathe and bleed for the club. And I think that's one of the things I love about players like Herrera and Mata. They get it, and it's quite a rarity now. Whereas when I was growing up 20, 30 years ago, a lot of players were like that because it wasn't all about the money. But it just came into my head very quickly because I forgot to ask the last two callers. I want to get your score prediction for Liverpool. But I want to just add in there anyway, because if there are any Liverpool fans here, I never want to miss an opportunity to wind them up. I don't really want to go slagging Rooney off. I think everyone said what their thing is there. But I wouldn't mind having a little bit of a slag off of Steven Gerrard. Now, Steven Gerrard is a Liverpool legend, apparently. I remember vividly the summer where he wanted to go to Chelsea. Now, there's rumours that the Liverpool Mafia basically threatened him to stay. Something went on to make him not want to do it. but he was bang on going for Chelsea. He wanted to go to Chelsea, and he ended up staying because he was forced to stay. Something went on, right?
Yeah.
But they hold him up as a Liverpool legend. And this is how flippant and mercenary Gerrard is. If you listen to him now, because now he wants a career in the media, what's the thick bloke doing? How do I get popular with everybody? And he's talking United up. Oh, United are really good. Pogba, this, that and the other. United are a great side. He doesn't really think that. He can't stand Manchester United. He can't stand Liverpool, probably.
That's true.
But he can't stand United. He's only saying it because he knows United are a huge club with a huge fan base, and he needs to get us on side. And that's what gets on my nerves about professional footballers anyway. It's all about the money. But what your prediction for the Liverpool game?
2-1. Got to be honest. I think we'll do them 2-1. I think this is our time now. I think, and one thing I've got to say about the manager, regardless of whether he does play Fellaini and some of his decisions we disagree on, we've got to back one thing. We should all smile as United fans right now because we're kind of silent but deadly right now. Other fans give a lot of stick. I know Tottenham fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, all of them from the above. And I just stay silent at the moment because the one thing I've got to remind people of, we're still in 4 competitions.
Yeah.
And what the manager's doing right now, and I don't care how he goes about it, sometimes we might disagree as fans of his lineup or what he wants to do and what his theory is or philosophy of what he wants to do per game, but he's doing the job. And something I touch on from the last calls you said, it's like he's actually wearing the gloves. He's actually mastered something. And I can only appreciate that and respect that. And I think all United fans right now need to smile. Okay, we may not win the league, but if he won 2 cups this year out of the 4 he's still in to a degree, and he got in the top 4, for me, that's a brilliant season. I'm happy because we got a summer transfer window to come in. We've then got next season to worry about where he's actually put his foundation down on the club and showed the players he's a winner. And that's what we needed back at United. Winners. We are not going to be losers. We started off a bit shaky, but if you take some of them games, we didn't really perform badly. We just got bad results. Mm-hmm. I'm so happy at the moment. My team attack. When you look at LVG, oh my God, I used to cry. Terrible. Backwards. No attacking, no intent. No wanting to destroy a team. One thing I can say about Mourinho's team, that's the only thing I'd rather not win nothing, but know that my team attack and pile people in their box and put them under pressure for 90 minutes. And that's why he's going to be successful. I actually have to back the manager. I really do. And I think all United fans should smile and just be happy with that.
No, I agree, Damien. And I think that Mourinho, what he's done is amazing. I think some people don't appreciate it. But thanks for calling in, Damien. Fantastic call.
No problem. Fantastic. I'll speak to you soon. Take care.
Pal. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
I think we sort of start forgetting that, don't we? Remember in the summer when everyone said Mourinho doesn't play good football, it's boring. Even some United fans were saying that. Oh, he might win us the title, but it'll be boring. He's not a good footballer. I remember that quite vividly. And let's not forget, like Damien was said, it's only that, this is a recent phenomenon. The last 3 years has been very poor football. The last season under Sir Alex Ferguson, or the last couple, wasn't great. This is probably the best football we've played in about 5 or 6 years. And we're just taking it for granted, which is great because it's becoming the norm. But again, it's another thing, as I was saying about the manager. He's done fantastic things, and I don't think he's getting the credit he deserves. Yes, he spent some money, but this squad probably needed a whole new team. I said that in the summer. It's not FIFA. He can't come in and sell everybody, but he only made 4 signings, and he's turned it around. And he's turned, some of the best achievements have been turning people like Rojo and Jones into footballers, which we thought was impossible. Scholes Legend 18, he always comes out with a perler, and he said there are still young players out there who do play for passion. You know what? When I was a little lad, there wasn't any money in football, and I wanted to be a professional footballer. I loved football, just passionately. The thought of being paid to play football, even if it had been 500 quid a week, I'd have done it and been really, really happy about it. Unfortunately now, my nephew's the same. So he's wearing Messi's boots at 9, like that style, and he's got all the bloody kit, gear and all this lot. And I'm like, yeah, he enjoys it. He's not out playing as much as I do. They're all on the bloody PlayStations. But the love for the game's gone because it's become so much about money. But there are still some out there. And I do a bit of my youngest goes and plays football, and there's a lad down there who's 2-footed, 6 years old. Glides past people. He's a little bit small, but he's a bit Messi-esque. But actually, he's got a bloody rocket of a shot on him as well. So there are some talents out there who just live, breathe, and bleed football, and the more the merrier. Great call by Damien, says Mad Marcus. Mad Marcus doing a good job as well. I'm going to take another call. Let's try Jacob. Jacob, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Jacob. You're on the United stand. What was it you wanted to say, pal?
Right, just wanted to talk about all the Mourinho haters.
Okay, yeah, go on.
Obviously, right, he's just joined the squad, hasn't he? He's just joined United, and you have to give him time. And everyone says he's always got it on his second. And you got all these Liverpool guys out bragging now they're going to win the league. It's just pathetic, isn't it? Really, it's not going to happen. Not winning the league.
Do you think we can win the league though? Do you think might be too far for us, or do you think we can?
I don't know about that, to be honest. It's too Chelsea. If they'd have to go on some mental losing streak.
Yeah, I think they're 10 points ahead of us at the moment. You've got to basically say that we'll beat them at home, which brings it down to 7 points. I'm with you. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even thinking about it. A month ago we would have been happy just to be in the race for the top 4 because of how many points we dropped. We're well in that race now. And being United, that's what United are. We're greedy. We want the next thing now. And it's right to think we might have a chance at the title. But I agree with you. I think to win the title, we've got to beat Chelsea at home to bring it down to 7 points. They've got to drop 7 points. And we've basically got to win every game.
Yeah, I just wanted to say as well, Fellaini, I was slacking. I'll go with me. I've been slacking him off for ages. But I'm happy how he's getting. I'm not saying he's going to turn into some next world-class player, obviously. But I'm just more happy with his performances. He played well against Hull last night. I saw it from Stretford End. He did well.
Yeah, I'll ask you about that, but I must say, my stance on Fellaini is based on I'll never be a hypocrite, and I want him to be sold, and I'd feel really, and everyone
I want him to be sold as well.
Everyone would be right to say you're a hypocrite if I suddenly went, oh, Fellaini's great now, he should stay. So I can't do that. But what I would, I was happy for him last night. I was happy we needed that second goal. And he is going to be here until the summer. And if we use him like we used him last night, in the last 10 minutes, I ain't got a major problem with it. My problem with it is when he's used in the midfield at the start of games, and it just slows us down. But last night, what was the reaction at the ground? What was it like? Because apparently,
to be fair, right, for the crowd, I was sat straight for them top tier, and as soon as he started training up, the singing a do Mario and Fellaini song. So I was like, alright, that's fair enough. Just giving him making him feel a bit better. Then came on, everyone cheered him. Obviously, a bit better than booing him, but I don't agree with that.
No.
If you want to boo him, that's fair enough. I just don't agree with that. But yeah, he had a good reception for the crowd. But I just really want to know why Mourinho doesn't use they could be used you could be using Fosu or choose Fellaini all the time. I'd like to give you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I use the new one.
I agree with you. I do. It's probably, apart from his use of Fellaini at the start of the season as a defensive midfielder and ignoring Carrick till November, my third issue with Mourinho has been, and we should have expected it because it was one of the things that people did say in the summer that was right. He doesn't use the youth, and I think we've missed the trick definitely with Fosu Mensah, maybe even with Twansibi, but I don't know. And I is that I don't know how do you get to go to the games quite regularly, or was that?
Yeah, I'm going to Liverpool Sunday. I haven't got proper season tickets, but I do get tickets when they're released and get last minute ones for them. Get a season ticket next season because I used to have one but cancelled it because I did move. But now I'm back in Manchester, pretty much, and I'm buzzing for Liverpool.
Yeah, well, best ticket in the house, isn't it? Stretford End, I presume.
Yeah.
And what's your score prediction for the Liverpool game?
Oh, I don't know because I put a £5 bet with this someone that will win, but it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be 2-1 or something like 1-0.
I tell you what, I don't care. Fellaini can score in the last second off his arse. I don't care as long as we win it. Thanks for calling in, Jacob, and great that you were at the game last night to give us that insight on it. Please do call in again.
I will. Thank you.
Cheers, pal. Let me just end that. Southampton are all over the Scousers, says Seb Williams. They look tired. And that's good. It's all good. I just really hope, and we're going to do Liverpool tomorrow night anyway on the preview, and it'll be a big show. But I really do hope that we get at them and we give them a good running over, because if they get beat tonight, if this was Liverpool 3 or 4 weeks ago when they were turning sides over and they were coming to Old Trafford with confidence, then it's a different ball game. But they're going to come to Old Trafford off the back of a bad result, tired. We're confident. I want us to get at them in the first half an hour, because I think if we get an early goal, we could beat them 3 or 4-1, something like that. And I know people say that's unrealistic, but I think it's on. I really do. Right, let's see if we can get somebody else on. Lots of people Skyping in, which is great. And don't worry if you don't get on, because you will get on at some point. I do like to try and get people who haven't been on before. 876 Baller. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
How you doing, pal?
I'm doing all right, brother. I'm doing great.
Great. Go on, what do you
I
want
just
to talk about?
wanted to talk to you about one of our forgotten players that we really haven't paid any much attention to lately, that I think could be the replacement for Michael Carrick. Really didn't want to touch too much about Fellaini or Schneiderlin, really. I wanted to talk about Andres Pereira's over there in Granada on loan right now.
Yeah.
I really think he could be a definite replacement for Michael Carrick, to be honest with you. A lot of people talk about him being a winger. I know he's played a lot on the left wing over there in Granada, because I've been watching him ever since he went on loan. But I think if the club kind of sort of rates him in a way, but I definitely do think that in my point of view, he could be a definite replacement for Michael Carrick.
William, I will get you on next, don't worry. I've obviously said this myself. I'll put my hands up. I haven't been watching him religiously in Granada. There's just not enough hours in the day to do everything you want to do. With youth games and everything like that. But me and Alex, especially on the United stand, massive fans of Pereira. I'm a massive Carrick fan. I watched him in the Wigan game. And it was pre-season, and he came on, I think, in the second half, scored a goal, played in the Michael Carrick position. And I always think of Pereira as quite a small, gangly sort of player, but he suddenly looked quite big and commanding. And but you've been watching him for Granada. Has he been playing predominantly on the wing there, or have they used him in the middle at all?
They've used him in the middle at times. Predominantly, he's been playing on the left wing. In that 3-man midfield that they've been playing lately. They play that 4-2-3-1 type of thing on a regular basis. But he's had a couple of performances in the middle. The times that I've seen a full game of him has always been on the wing. So I've not been able to see him fully, strut his stuff in the middle of the field. But we know he's played in that position for United under Mourinho in preseason. But he's constantly playing. That's a good thing about the loan deal that he has now in Granada. We've seen most of our young guys go out on loan and they've not been able to play. Brothwick Jackson comes to mind, but this guy, he is, to be honest with you, he could really be a star for us in the future. I also follow him on his social media. He's working out, trying to get stronger. So I think he's definitely going to be one for the future.
Well, I remember him in America on the pre-season tour nearly 2 years ago now, and I thought he was fantastic in that. But my battery's about to run out. So just give me your thoughts on the Liverpool game, because I think I'm lagging because of lack of battery here.
Oh, absolutely. We're going to get them 2-0 on Sunday. I can't wait. I'm in America, so I'll be watching it on my TV screaming, "Go United." We're definitely going to be getting them 2-0 to United all the way. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm back now. Yeah, sorry, it's my fault. I'd forgotten about the battery. But no, let me just go back to Pereira then, because I cut it short to get the battery though. Cameron Borthwick-Jackson coming back, was used by Wolves at the start, but not at the end. I think he's better than Darmian as a left back. But I think you're right about Pereira. He is playing week in, week out, and I think he's ready. I think this summer's going to be so interesting, because people talk about transfers, but you know what? Part of me thinks, and I don't know what you think. Part of me thinks, I'd sacrifice not signing Griezmann to give Pereira a chance, because he's come through the youth setup.
Precisely, and I'm right there with you in terms of the talent that this kid has. We've seen it. We've seen him. You guys might have seen him play over there, but I've only seen him play, as I said, lately with Granada. and not necessarily much with the U team, but we know he's a massive talent. And I'd say Griezmann would definitely put his development back if we buy Griezmann. But you have to admit Griezmann is an awesome pick, isn't he? He's a definitely awesome pick.
Yeah, as I was saying that there, I was thinking, bloody hell, that's a big call. But I do want the youth to do quite well, and I think Pereira, he's done it in La Liga for what is a very poor side. He deserves a chance.
Right.
I hope he gets given a chance.
Absolutely.
Go on.
And really quickly, I would say on Kramer Brother Jackson, have you ever seen a better left foot on any youth talent coming through United? He has a wicked cross on him. And I really hope he develops well and be like backup to maybe Luke Shaw, because we definitely need someone who can whip some crosses in for our big boys in the middle.
Yeah, he's definitely good enough. I mean, he doesn't get the credit he deserves. He did well under Van Gaal. Where are you calling from, pal?
Oh, I'm in Maryland in the United States.
Cool. I think you've been our first American caller of the evening, so thanks for calling in. Please do call in again. Great call.
Absolutely wonderful. You guys are doing a great job over there, man. Keep it up.
Cheers, pal. Thank you very much. Which reminds me, I must just say, if you are subscribed to the United Stand, and a lot of you are now, so, if you aren't, please do subscribe. But we are growing. We've been growing consistently for 2 years, but I haven't said this for quite a while. The United Stand's an organic channel. Obviously, we don't advertise or anything like that. We grow off your word of mouth. So if you know United fans or, if you know United fans or any fan, I suppose, tell them about the United Stand. Get them involved. Get them on the live comments and get them involved, because that's how we grow. And the bigger we grow, the bigger your voice becomes, because this will always be 100% independent fan content and opinion, and we'll be driven by that. The amount of times I get phone calls from Rooney and Fellaini saying, "Can I come on and have my point?" I say, "Look, no, Maron, stop it. I'm going to block you. You're not coming on the United Stand, because the United Stand's about fan opinion, and we're not having players on or anything like that. So stop it. Stop it, or I will phone the police this time." And let's take another call then. Let's try Nathan. I was going to take William, but he wasn't ringing. Nathan, can you hear me?
Hi, Mark.
How are you doing?
Alright, how are you?
I'm not bad. What was it you wanted to say, pal?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, yeah. Can you hear me alright?
Bear with me. Here we go. This pausing though on YouTube.
Hang on, you're talking to that man? Nathan.
Hello.
Are you alright to be on, Nathan? Do your mum and dad know?
Yeah, this pausing on YouTube. Yeah.
Who is that?
Yeah, I want to talk about Fellaini.
Go on then, what do you want to tell us about Fellaini?
Well, why is the manager keep using him? I think it's ridiculous. He's not good enough.
I think it's the best, and I don't want to swear, I think it's the best question, and it's not the one any of us can answer why he keeps using him, to be honest.
He's not even good in the air, and that's his main strength. I think it's rubbish.
He did score last night, didn't he?
Yeah, but surely you must go. I don't think we're selling this month, but he must go in the summer. Surely Jose must know that he's not good enough.
I think he does. Well, I hope he does.
Yeah, but you never know though.
He does keep using him. He's on every bench. He was playing at the team at the very start, but
he doesn't even deserve to be on the bench.
I wouldn't have him. Liverpool still losing, Nathan. What's your score prediction?
1-0.
Yeah.
Still. I think we'll win 2-1 on Sunday.
A lot of people going for 2-1.
Yes, the first time caller.
Where are you calling from, Nathan?
Portsmouth, right on the south coast.
Yeah, I know where it is. Well, and you supported United all your life?
Yeah.
Good one. Well, thanks for calling in.
Alright, thank you, Mark, and hope to get on the again.
I'm sure you will. Thanks for calling, Nathan.
Thank you, Mark.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers.
See you later.
Bye, Mark.
thanks for calling in. I hope people aren't being horrible about that, because it's nothing to do with drink or anything like that. Perfectly coherent caller talking about Fellaini, a fantastic opinion. So thanks for coming on, Nathan, and congratulations. Well done. Next, let's take somebody else then. I know he's been trying to get on for ages. He is the moderator. I pay him in jelly beans, so let's give him a couple of minutes. In fact, I will give you a couple of minutes because I've got to be out of here in a couple of minutes. But hello.
This is going to take longer than a couple of minutes, mate.
I'll just cut you off as usual.
No. I need you to explain something for me. Why did you say at the start of the show that Fellaini's goal yesterday was comedy?
You what?
You said at the start of the show tonight, that Fellaini's goal was comedy.
Oh yeah, I did, yeah.
Why? Why is it? Why is it comedy?
They should have put a Benny Hill track to it. It was a comedy goal. No, the reason I said it was comedy is because I thought Darmian was the worst player on the pitch, and Fellaini, obviously, I don't rate him, but they can try. It's just comedy because football's a funny old game, isn't it? Darmian was rubbish. Fellaini is not really very good, but they still managed to score a really important goal for Manchester United and basically send us to Wembley. So I thought it was a comedy goal, and I think it's a bit like the flippant fair weather fans, of which I think you're one. You all get it's like the rod with the guppy fish. You get all pulled in. Oh, Fellaini and Darmian, but Darmian was absolute muck yesterday. I mean, I'm not going to slag Fellaini off. He came on for 10 minutes. And he caused problems where he should be in the opposition box. But Darmian was rubbish. But he got an assist.
Right, so I'm going to counteract that. Right, what would you class then Fellaini's Ibrahimovic's one-on-one misses and Pogba's 40-yard shots? Is that like comedy of errors then, or what?
I'm not even gonna.
No, come on.
I'm not walking down this path that you're trying to lead me down. Up a garden path. I'm more switched on than that, I like to think. You're trying to compare Pogba and Zlatan to Fellaini.
No, I'm not. Honestly, seriously, what would you class him? Ibrahimovic misses those one-on-ones, right, where we drop points at home, right, and nothing really. No one's really slated him about it. Not as much as what Fellaini's slating has been, right? So. No, seriously, come on, right? So, if you've said at the start of the show Fellaini's goal was a comedy, what are those misses then? Because you've got to be fair.
They're bad misses, but these are world-class players. Fellaini, the only thing is...
What, Fellaini's not world-class?
You're having it on now. You're having me on now. And I've stepped into it like I always do with Fellaini, and I was ready to go, but I'm pulling back. Have you got anything sensible to say?
I have, actually, yeah, I have got one thing. You did say earlier as well, Milner and Henderson being rated like best left back and all that. If really stupid, but if I was Mkhitaryan and Pogba, I'd be saying to Jose tomorrow in training, like, sorry, Gaffer, I don't want to play Sunday. They're going to tear me apart, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Seriously. I mean, you don't want an 80, 90 million pound player being torn apart with Henderson, the complete midfielder. And the best left back since Roberto Carlos? Jesus. Bad days, mate. Bad days coming.
I don't think Mkhitaryan will be able to play, because I think he'll be suffering from insomnia. He'll be worse than me on my morning transfer show. He'll look absolutely whacked because he'll have seen Milner tonight and he'll be like, I never knew it was going to be this high in this country. I can't. He's just the ultimate left back. I mean, what am I going to do? He's going to end my career. I'll be ridiculed. I'll be like Schneidlin. I'll be on the bus to Everton. I'll be gone. So yeah, I don't know what we're going to do. Maybe get Fellaini to play right wing.
Oh, hopefully, mate. The bloke can do a job anywhere. We know that. Wherever Mourinho puts him, he'll play. But anyway, right, I've got to go. I'll speak to you later.
Great.
Bye.
Cheers. Thank you. Brilliant. Good points, and always nice to have a little bit of banter. I'm very impressed with all our calls tonight. You've all been fantastic, and I hope the silly comments that were made about people and stuff were. I saw some of the comments. Stick together, people. Let's stick together. The United stand. I'll captain the ship as best I can. Might hit an iceberg, but on the live comments, stick together. I think that's the great thing the United stands always have. We do have banter, but when people come on with the hate and that, a lot of people will unite and kill it dead, or they'll get blocked if it's something that that we don't like. But so thanks for all those comments, and you all know what we're on about. But yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed the show, and I'm glad we chucked. I'll always try and do that if we get a spare evening. I'll always try and chuck a Skype Goldbridge in, because it's not a cliche, it's not cheesy. The United Stand is your channel, and if we've got a spare evening, I'm very big on doing daily content. And if we've got a spare evening night tonight, could have done a transfer show, but we're doing that in the mornings, aren't we? I'll chuck in a Skype Goldbridge and we can get people on. And some people have been on tonight that haven't been on, some people that have. But a really good mix of opinion. So really enjoyed it. Drop a like on the video if you've enjoyed the show. And please do drop a like on the video for all our guests, because it's not easy to come on, even though I'll always put an arm around you and help you. And also, it's not just me. I know the live comments is what you're really interested in. And you've all been fantastic, backing everybody and getting involved. We will get some new moderators, but Mad Mark gets really angry about it. Thanks everyone for watching. Subscribe to the United Stand if you're new. We're live tomorrow night at 8:30 with a preview for the Liverpool game, and hopefully we've got Stan on. He's in America. Stan Collingmore, he's a Liverpool fan. There might be an issue with that, but he said he'll come on, so hopefully we'll have that on tomorrow at 8:30. And of course, first thing in the morning at 6:30, I'll do my daily transfer thing that I'm doing for the month of January in the transfer window. And finally, I did it. Manchester United FIFA Career Mode is back on the Mark Goldbridge channel. It was only a little one tonight, first game back. I've not played in 6 weeks, a very long winter break. Bit rusty, not going to give the game away, but that's up there. And we'll be doing a full hour, which is 3 games on Friday night as well on the Mark Goldbridge Manchester United FIFA Career Mode. And if you've not seen the Rogue One review, that's on there, and I've got some ideas for that channel, but that's self-publicising my channel. Thanks everyone for watching. You're all fantastic. You're all amazing. I've read the live comments. You're superb. You support people who come on, and you know that really does make me feel very proud of you. And it is your channel, and everyone who came on, you were great. So great, and I think United is starting to reflect that positivity as well. Everything's good. Well done. Liverpool is still losing, so I'm going to get off air and go and hopefully watch them lose. But if Southampton have kept a clean sheet against them, we can. We've got Jones and Rojo. See you later.